So in this video, I'll go over the GameObject lifecycle. Start with the GameObject class. As far as public methods go, the user has access to submitting entry and exit, and the user defines scene entry and scene exit. As far as private methods go, is connecting the scene and disconnecting. For registration data, I have the state and the two commands, and then when the game object gets created, similar to all the other examples as far as creating the registration data and commands. Submitting entry is the same for submitting exit. Um, it checks to see as long as it is not pending registration, it'll go through, but it does a second check to see if it is currently registered. If it is, then it'll submit the command to deregister. If it's any other state, it'll ignore it, and that way to avoid duplicate submit exits. And then just connect to scene and disconnect um, are similar to the other examples. Then here are the commands. So this is the exit command similar to the other ones with an execute and a pointer to the game object. So yeah. Then in the game object attorney I have, it gets used by the commands. So here's the entry command. Okay. I'll just show for a game. So here in the enemy tank that I have. So right here, scene entry, and right here in the see. So yeah, scene entry and scene exit, and these both get called, or the submits get called in the factory that I have. So right here, submit entry, okay. And then when it gets returned, let's see, where is it? Oh, went past it. Right here, submit exit. So when the enemy gets hit by the player, it'll die and they'll submit exit. If it is currently um, in the scene and it hasn't been, and the game is ended, so in this case with the factory, uh, it has a list of enemy tanks that are currently in the scene, and when the scene is ended and that enemy tank factory is deleted, it'll go through the list and delete all of the active enemy tanks. And so that's how I recall that's how all the game objects have to be recalled if they're active. Okay, show the, so here's a class diagram, the game object inherits from all of the examples. Okay, and then here's the entry and exit commands getting inherited by the scene registration command, and there's no manager for it. Okay, game object. So here's the game object documentation. Okay, and that is what I have for the game object lifecycle.